Hi Scorpio, this is Marina from Dark Star Astrology bringing you your 2020 horoscope. So these are the highlights adapted from the full ebook that you'll find on the website. And let's start with your keywords. So local connections, cozy strangers, safe neighborhoods, happy-go-lucky attitude, rock and roll relationships, sacred gardens, brains of treasure, dark cupid temptations, and toxic exes. So this is the year of getting local and making friends with your neighbours. The Capricorn stellium is not challenging for you at all. All it will do is make sweet little sextiles to your sign and help blossom new connections around your neighbourhood. Study is also well starred as you're curious about so many subjects right now. You will approach life in quite a light-hearted, even playful manner, which is quite unusual for a Scorpio. So gone is the serious and sometimes scary poker face, and instead you approach the world with a wry smirk. Yes, this is Scorpio here. It's never going to stretch to a Cheshire Cat grin, but even with a reserved smile, Scorpio will attract new acquaintances from around your area. Your new demeanour means that you're likely to strike up conversations with your barista or the checkout lady at the supermarket. It might seem a little pointless, but who knows where it might lead. No more walking around wearing that dark Scorpio shield. No, now you seem more like a happy-go-lucky Gemini. It will do you good to see the world as a less threatening place, and it will be sure to open doors to more opportunities in other areas of your life. So the Saturn conjunct Pluto at the start of the year is still rather cautious though, and the new cheerful Scorpio might take some getting used to. Your long-term friends might even look at you strangely in the beginning and wonder if you're taking drugs. Otherwise, this conjunction is very useful for getting down to some serious study. You might feel overwhelmed that you have so much to get through at first, but this aspect will give you the stamina and willpower to see it through. Another benefit from this energy is that it gives you a cozy feeling of security where you live. You will feel more trusting of your fellow man in general during 2020, and you're less likely to experience crime or aggravation from people in your neighbourhood. With this aspect, it's like you're your own policeman, but a kind of friendly one. It will feel a bit like the 1950s all over again, kind of oldie-fashioned, where everyone says good day and we're over-the-top polite. So let's have a quick look at your transits of Saturn, Jupiter and Ceres, and also Lilith. So these are just highlights as well. There's more to all of this. So there's Saturn in your study and communication zone for most of 2020. The very serious Saturn conjunct Pluto, as I've said, can make you quite fearful about speaking your mind, and memories from your infancy could flare up around January the 13th with the Ceres conjunct Pluto and the big Persephone conjunction as well. Sometimes the only way to get a broken machine working again is to take it apart and reassemble it again from scratch. So with Jupiter, your blessings and growth, Jupiter will be through your third house practically all year, and at the beginning it will make a local connection which is karmic and which repays you a favour with the Jupiter conjuncts the South Node around January the 8th. They may help you connect with others in the region around the Venus sextile Jupiter on January the 23rd, and this could bring more business your way if you work in the same area. So with the Ceres conjunct Pluto, look at it from the Ceres perspective, you could actually feel yourself being kind of abducted by a subject matter because in your third house of study. So you could just not feel like going out at all and just completely fall in love with a book as well and get obsessed by an author. With Black Moon Lilith, it will be in Aries, so that will be through your service zone. And it can be difficult in the house of master and service since Lilith has great difficulty playing the submissive and subservient, so you might not really enjoy that so much. So with Mars And Venus, the Venus retrogrades, this is your love affair, love life for the year. And Venus retrograde will take place in your taboo house of the forbidden fruit and dragons. And here you shall slay the demons of your past, and this might include an ex-lover or two. Don't be surprised if that toxic ex comes back to haunt you then. This is the house of death and resurrection, but the resurfacing of smelly zombies from the dead is often possible too. Mars retrograde is quite a weak and flaccid experience in your 6th house of daily work and slavery. And at this time you get quite irritated by your subservient position at work and wonder if you should break out and get yourself qualified for something further up the ladder. Breaking the shackles of being a wage slave could be likely, and having all those planets in your study zone could really help you study if you want to and add some diplomas or skills to your CV. So this year I'm also looking at the decans for your ebook, and so let's have a look at Scorpio Decan 1. So that's birthdays October the 23rd to November the 1st. So you get the Uranus opposition, the Saturn square, and the Jupiter square. Now traditionally Uranus conjunct your descendant is known as the divorce aspect. So obviously not everyone that goes through this transit does go through a divorce. Sometimes though it can be just a very dicey period in a long-term relationship and can feel a bit like a midlife crisis too. But sometimes the solution is actually very simple. Just do something for the marriage and that brings excitement back into it, or just do something that changes the relationship in some way. So with Scorpio Decan 2, that's November the 2nd to the 11th, and you get the Neptune trine and the Uranus opposition as well, but different dates. So again, go to the website, that will give you all the dates. So if you read the Scorpio Decan 1, you'll get an idea of what the Uranus opposition can do for your decan, like I've just said. But in your case, you don't have the added pressure of the Saturn square. So you only have the Uranus opposition for a short time, and this will be your first hit. So during that time, you will get an idea of where the weak spots are in your marriage. So if you're single though, at this time, you could find that you have a whirlwind romance at this time. Scorpio Decan 3, that's birthdays November the 12th till the 22nd. You get the Pluto sextile all year, Neptune trine on and off, and Saturn sextile and the Jupiter sextile both on and off. So this is a really pleasant year ahead. You've absolutely no harsh transits at all, not even an eclipse. So I would say this could be the most relaxing and even indulgent year. But the sextile is actually a little bit more zestier than the trine. And, so trines are usually equated with the greater benefic Jupiter, but the sextile works more like Jupiter. So, but you just have to be a bit careful with these sextiles because sometimes they can work a little bit like a malefic in the wrong hands. So if you want to know more details about everything I've said, it's just been a snippet, so sorry if it sounds a little bit disjointed. It's just the highlights. You'll see it'll all make sense once you get the book, and that's 5,000 words plus for $3.95 US. Okay, thanks for listening. All the best. Bye-bye.